What's good, everybody? This is Generation 71 coming to you with some food for thought gameplay. It's not really gameplay. The food for thought is actually just seeing where this zombie storyline is going. Now, for the most part, everybody knows that once you complete all of Max's Easter egg and you have a team that goes to Buried, you get the end gameplay for him. And then, anybody going into the map Buried with all Richthofen's done gets, the Richthofen and done, whatever, end gameplay. Now, here's where, I'm branching off a little bit, trying to get ahead of the game here, trying to think of, this in a different dimension, if you want to say that. And that's to see where this whole thing is going. Now, if you pick up clues from all the different maps, and no, I'm not going to put videos for every single map on here just because, if you're a zombie fan, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. When we went back to Transit, the first thing that Max has told us is that we have to set up a trichotomous device. Trichotomous, after looking up every single definition I possibly could, not only on the internet, but, in official dictionaries, old-style research, it says that it's only made up of 3 parts. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a triangle. However, when you also continue to listen to Max's, he also says in Transit that he wants to triangulate the trichotomous device. So, if that's not blunt enough for you, I'm not sure what is. Now, after taking that into consideration, and I'm sorry that I'm breathing into my mic so much, I'm just trying to adjust everything. When you look here, we got Buried done. You see Buried's done with the awesomeness here, and as you can see, that's in Africa. That's like plain and simple right there, and give me a second. Alright, sorry about that, I had to shut up my dog real quick. So yeah, as you can see here, this Buried, a lot of people thought it was in the Old West, back in the US, but no, it's actually in Africa. Looks like kind of in the Amazon, no, not even the Amazon, what the frick am I talking about? Yeah, roughly, you can see right there the outline of there. But here we see Die Rise, that was back in China over here. And you see Transit over here, I barely finished it, back in the US, with Nuketown, that's in Nevada, and with Mob of the Dead. Which is weird that Mob of the Dead is that, it's nowhere near the ocean, where, San Francisco is supposed to be, for Alcatraz. It's a little weird, but yeah, I'm not really blaming them for that, since I think that was just more of a, hey, we're going to give you a map not for the Easter egg. And so, with that being said, when you see this, it obviously makes a triangle. Now, where the triangle is leading is still up to be debated, but I have a couple of ideas. I'm pretty sure it's going to be around in the European region. My 2 guesses is either Paris, France, just because there's a giant tower there. It'd be a great pinpoint accuracy, or place for it to be. But there's another place where I think it's far more likely. And let's go ahead and let me just play you the video for Buried, and then we'll be right back. So give me a second.
Enough walking for today. We set up camp here. In case you boneheads have forgotten, the world is broken. Very broken. The dead walk the earth, and what remains of civilization is at the mercy of forces we barely understand.
What makes you think we're gonna find something different at this new place?
I don't know that we will, but at least we'll be sure.
Sure of what, exactly?
I don't know.
His memory's going again.
Your name is Russman. Russ Man.
That my first or last name?
We don't know. You're just Russman. Yeah, anyway, you're a former operative from Broken Arrow. You've been walking the Earth since the, incident.
Yeah. I think I remember. The town.
That's right!
That's where you found us!
When we met, you already had your lapdog in tow.
What do you mean, lapdog, huh? I'm the only one who knows what to do!
Don't talk stupid, Stu. All you know is whatever the German tells you to think.
I don't think you're in any position to ridicule Mr. Stuhlinger, particularly given your own proclivities.
You better watch your mouth before you say something you regret, boy.
Enough! We need to remember why we're here. We've all been jumping through hoops for reasons we don't fully understand.
Fully understand?
Alright, for reasons we don't understand at all. Point is, we do it. We keep moving, we keep fighting. It's what we do. Day in, day out. If you really need a reason why we do this, I'll give you one. We do it because doing something, anything, is better than doing nothing.
The rift is less than 1 day's travel. We move at dawn.
What if we don't find answers?
Then we'll just have to ask more questions.
Alright, so a couple things to note in there. I mean, as you could see, you probably know my guess already, but if you don't already know, I have a good feeling about Egypt. I mean, if you just notice right here with the triangular position, which I'm going to show here because this isn't a post-commentary thing, you're going to see that it gets in the European region, or it could be at the, technically not the Horn of Africa, because that's a different place, but at the top of Africa, where Egypt is, you know, around. And so it would make sense because a triangular position being set up right there, with the trichotomix device that we have to triangulate. It's just a little too good to be true. Not to mention that we came from there. I mean, we know that time is no longer a factor. It's never been a factor since, you know, Black Ops. So, who's to say that maybe they came from there and they already finished it, and, you know, Treyarch is just trying to give us a little hint there. And so, also, there's another major thing to note that Russman, you know, came from Blackthorn. I believe it was Blackthorn. Just let me double check that real quick. Well, you know, Blackthorn, you know, one of those. I did Google search that. The only thing that actually came up was a city in Oklahoma. So it may be a good chance that maybe there might be a secret, you know, a secret government facility there. Nothing that I could actually find, but I'm not sure why Treyarch would know that. But it could just be giving a backstory of where, you know, Russman himself came from. Because, I mean, we kind of know where Stuhlinger came from for the most part. And then, you know, Marlton and Misty were at transit, so they were there. And Russman found Stuhlinger, as according to the video. Also, another thing to note here, Russman has to be some sort of operative, because in game, and I don't have the video, but I'll post up quotes when I have more time, where Russman says to Stuhlinger during, you know, the gameplay in Buried, it's like, remember your, you know, training, Stu. I was like, I did train you, didn't I? So you could see that Russman has some sort of, you know, inside info. That's probably why they were rolling around in transit to begin with, because there's so many secret facilities there, it's ridiculous. But alright guys, I mean, I'm gonna cut it there for now. If you have any feedback, make sure to leave a comment, share this video, leave a like, because we want to get as many people to chime in on this as possible, and, you know, see if we could get different ideas and bring it all together. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, because a lot more gameplay is going to be coming along here. But alright guys, I'm gonna cut it there for now, so thank you for tuning in. This has been Generation 71, and we'll catch you guys later.